Welcome everyone. This is Randy Nunez, your host on Between the Chalk Lines podcast every Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. All baseball talk all the time. Let's go. We're going to talk about it. What's the news? It's recording on May 17th, Friday. You'll be listening to this or watching this on Saturday, May 18th. So, let's get to it. These standings going into today. Before the games, Paul Skeens had a start. We'll talk about that. AL East, Yankees on top right now with 30 wins. AL Central, Guardians still on top with 27 wins. AL West, the Seattle Mariners on top with 24 wins. The Rangers are just a game and a half behind them. And in the National League East, Philadelphia still the most wins all baseball, 31 wins on top. Atlanta Braves are starting to trail behind, just 2.5 games for now. But we'll see where they are in a month. So 2.5 games today, May 17th. After today, we'll see what happens. There were a few games that were played. NL Central, Milwaukee Brewers. Their lead is slowly growing over the Chicago Cubs. So Chicago needs to pick it up if they want to get into that wild card spot, or possibly even just take the NL Central outright. NL West, Dodgers. You know it's going to be the Dodgers. 29 wins, so they haven't broken the 30-win mark yet. The only teams are only two teams, one in the NL, Phillies, and one in the AL, Yankees, have broken 30 wins. And those two teams, no surprise, are the best teams in their division, or their league, I should say, and division. Yankees are just going off. I mean, if we look at the Yankees' last 10, probably, it's going to be something a little bit crazy. Let's see. So last 10 games, Yankees played against Detroit, won. So they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not 8-2. 8-2 in their last 10 games. If I have this right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. 8-2. The only games that they have lost are to Houston, which was a 1-run game, and the Rays, which they got blown out 7-2 in Tampa Bay. So the Yankees are going off. Let's see the Phillies. Phillies last 10. They are a little bit more off and on. They are 7-3. So not as good, but not terrible, compared to the Yankees. But with 31 wins, 7-3 in their last 10, they're looking pretty good. If if I had told you that the Phillies and the Yankees were going to be on top the middle of May, maybe, I don't know. I mean, Yankees, I was very doubtful of the Yankees. I knew that the Orioles had it. They're only one game just due to some game that were rained out, and they haven't played the same amount of games. The Yankees have played 45 games, which is a lot of games. At the quarter point of the season, or a quarter of the way done. Cut that off. Orioles have played 41 games, so they have played 4 games less than the math, the way that these things are done. Winning percentage, they're just one game back behind the Yankees. They've actually scored just 13 less in those 4 less games and given up only 5 more runs than the Yankees pitching staff. So, pitching is the most important thing for all of these teams. If we look at the NL East, and difference between the Braves and the Phillies, the Braves have scored 237 runs, given up 166. The Braves have not even scored 200 runs yet. They are at 193. They have given up a lot less runs, however, at 145. They have played 41 games, 40 games flat. The Phillies, however, have played 45. So 5 game difference there between those two teams. And the Phillies have a 2.5 game lead in the standings. So you can see how 5 games difference, maybe few runs. I mean, so this is a 40-run difference that we're talking about between the Phillies and the Braves offense in 5 games. So a little bit less than 10 runs a game. A lot of runs, if you're asking me. The Dodgers in their 46 games. They've scored 239 runs, which is the most by only two, in National League. They have 1 game on the Phillies as far as games played, and Dodgers have given up 3 runs less in that 1 game, which is pretty darn close. So I don't know, the NL West, the Padres are 7 games back. The Diamondbacks are 7 games back. But let's talk about a few players that are coming out in the news. Start out with the good. Always want to start with the good. The Pirates rookie pitcher, first overall pick in 2023 amateur Major League Baseball draft, Paul Skeens, right-handed pitcher, threw 100 pitches in his second start, got 11 strikeouts, finished with a strikeout. He had 1 walk, 0 runs in 6 innings. Second start is mind-blowing. But, of course, with the good, there's the bad. How long is his arm going to last when he's throwing 100 pitches at 100 miles an hour plus? He wasn't still in the high 90s, low 100s. I think he touched 101, 102 a couple times this today, the 17th, for the Pirates. They blew out the Cubs. I believe it was a final of 8-2 or 8-3 there in Chicago. And Skeens is just dominant. If it weren't for Shota Imanaga, I would say who I did pick, National League Player or Rookie of the Year, Paul Skeens. But the Pirates didn't have Skeens up at the very beginning like the Cubs had Shota. So Shota is looking like your favorite for Rookie of the Year going into late May, early June. He probably has 2 more starts this month, or 1 or 2 more starts. He's only got a 1-0 record with a 0.96 ERA. That's it. That's all this month. He's only got one win, but his ERA is below 1, so that's fine. I'll have to pick a different National League Rookie of the Month for May. Other news that I wanted to talk about with you all is twofold. Same person talking about, I should say, same people. David Fletcher, Shohei Ohtani, different, same league now, National League, different teams. David Fletcher's in AAA. Shohei Ohtani's going to be another, all-star participant. Sources have come out today that ex-Angels infielder David Fletcher bet with the same bookie that Ipe Mizuhara, the guy that is taking the fall for Shohei, supposedly, reportedly, according to fans and all, that friend of his also played in the minor leagues. Apparently, both bet on SoCal Sports. On sports with the SoCal bookie that David Fletcher actually introduced to Ipe Mizuhara at poker tournament that was for charity that Fletcher was holding. And multiple sources saying that the reason why this bookie was there, they're close. David Fletcher may have been making some bets here and there, and that's how Ipe met him. Whether or not Shohei Ohtani made bets or did this through the bookie or through Ipe through the bookie to try and skip a step there. It's getting a little bit interesting now with Fletcher now in the picture. I don't know what to tell you. And then with this news coming out, we're hearing that, we're not hearing, I should say, it's been made official that in Los Angeles, May 17th, will be Shohei Ohtani Day for the rest of Shohei's Dodger career going forth. Pictures are all over, the news, X, Facebook, Google, YouTube, I'm sure now, of Ohtani holding a proclamation signed by the mayor of Los Angeles claiming that May 17th is Shohei Ohtani Day for the rest of his Dodger career. So we'll see how long May 17th is Shohei Ohtani Day. For now, it's going to be quite a while. I haven't talked about that contract in a bit, so I may be a little bit rusty on details, but I believe it was at least a decade. I'm not going to look it up now, but I mean, it's just starting to become laughable. It truly is laughable to see Los Angeles really soaking it up, really taking it in, and they loving that Shohei Ohtani way more than Anaheim did, and maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's why Shohei didn't re-sign with the Angels. Of course, we've heard that Arte Moreno, owner of the Angels, thought that Otani's contract would be in the $300 million range, um, not in the $700 or $1 million range. So, are they very badly predicted Otani's value? The want for his name, for his presence, and just him in general as a player, even just as a designated hitter for this year. I mean, you're seeing them on top of the standings, and go back and you look at those AL West standings, and let's see where the Angels are. Angels are, oh yeah, dead last. Dead last. They are 8 games back from first place. So, not to say that they're mathematically eliminated, but in my head and knowing baseball, knowing the Angels, knowing the way that they've been operating the past month, basically, Angels are out of it just as much as the Blue Jays now are probably out of it. White Sox are definitely out of it. The Marlins are definitely out of it. Um, the Cardinals out of it, and the Rockies. I mean, all these bottom tier is today. If you go look at the standings, all the teams that are at the bottom are out of it. Take it to the bank, as Ron Washington would say. Um, Take it to the bank. So, yeah, if you're looking at these American League overall teams, bottom 3 teams are Oakland, Angels, White Sox. Oakland still has a chance. Oddly enough, they still have a chance. And if you're looking National League, the bottom 3 are St. Louis, Colorado, Miami. All of them out. All 3 of those teams are out. Done. Toast. Their season is over. I mean, Colorado, it would have been nice to see some improvement there. Miami, they kind of tossed in the towel when they traded away Luis Arias. Um, Cardinals, they're just wasting. If you're gonna say something about Mike Trout and his talent being wasted, I don't know where all the people are saying that Nolan Arenado's talent's been wasted with the Rockies and Cardinals. I mean, as much as he is going to be an amazing player and possibly Hall of Famer down the line, his talent has been wasted as well. Um, St. Louis, yeah, that's a tough one. I feel bad for Cardinals fans this year. Reds fans doesn't look much greater. They're just half a game ahead of the Cardinals, but the Reds still have a chance. Very slim, but it's there. Um, other news. Other news. The Dodgers are calling up infielder slash outfielder. Um, let's see who it is. Um, sorry. Um, Miguel Vargas, 24 years old, AAA, hitting very well right now. Um, he's an outfielder slash infielder. Oddly enough, they're also having their outfielder Jason Hayward coming back. So he'll need to, or I should say, the Dodgers will need to make 2 moves to get Hayward and Vargas in. He opened last season as the opening day second baseman for Dodgers. Suffered a pinky injury in spring training, this past spring training. And he's been just kind of up and down with everything, but as far as this year, I mean, doing really well. Hitting 295, 8 home runs, 30 RBIs. That's a lot of RBIs for just this season so far. He proven that he can be back up to Jason Hayward, possibly. Chris Taylor, chopping block, possibly. Outman and Andy Pagas, or Pages, however you want to say it, can be optioned. So we'll see probably tomorrow, Saturday, the 18th, when this comes out, whether it's Chris Taylor, James Outman, or Pages going somewhere else. So Vargas coming up from AAA. Let's go. So Vargas, Skeens, Otani, Fletcher. The only other big news that I have that I can tell you is don't bet on the Angels going to the playoffs. No, seriously. The other day, it was Astros pitcher Blanco got caught with the sticky stuff in the glove. First base umpire said it was probably the stickiest stuff he has ever come across since they've been checking gloves. Astros, just it doesn't look good on you guys. The cheating, the whole thing. Feel bad for Blanco because he wasn't there when they cheated 7 years ago. It's crazy to say it was 7 years ago. But yeah, Blanco suspended 10 games. Fine. To close them out, as always. Just kind of standard procedure. Generally, they said that he was not going to appeal this, so he'll be gone for 10 games. That is it. Oh, and if you're a fan of, Trevor Bauer, apparently he's now the confirmed first ever player to be an All-Star in Major League Baseball, Mexican League, and the Nippon League. So congratulations, Trevor Bauer, for accomplishing that. You got a bunch of titles. No one's still going to sign you still. So sorry, Bauer. Enjoy your All-Star break in Mexico. Randy Nunez out. See you next week.